This week we begin the book of Leviticus, which deals primarily with the sacrifice the Jewish people offered at the times of the temple. And sacrifices seem very barbaric. We take an animal, we slaughter them, we sacrifice to God. And after all, what does God need our sacrifice for anyway? God doesn't need anything from us. There's a deeper meaning behind these sacrifices. When we look at our sacrifices, we have to think of ourselves a little bit. We say, hey, sacrifices are primarily brought on mistakes that we've made. And yes, everyone makes mistakes, but mistakes also count. A person lives his whole life, they get into accidents every 2 weeks, they're not going to have their driver's license and insurance very long. But it was an accident, yes, 1 time, 2 times. But at a certain point, we need to take responsibility over our actions. And that's why there's such an importance in the temple and bringing the sacrifices, because they cost money, they cost animals that people they have to give for sacrifices, and it's a commitment that they're making. But the commitment they're making is, forget about mistakes I make on purpose, even things I make by accident, they also count, also important. I'm going to work on making those better as well. We'll now continue with the singing of Lechadodi, the song we sing Friday night, written by the great Rabbi of Shlomo Alkabetz in the late 1400s. Lechadodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekabela lechadodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekabela shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad Ishmiyanu kel hamyuchad Hashem echad Ushma hoyachad L'shemo seferes v'l'sila Chadodi l'kras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela L'kras Shabbos l'chuvin elcha Ki hi mekor ha-beracha meirosh mikedem nesucha Sov ma'aseh b'machshavot chila lechadodi lekras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela mikdash melech Ir melucha kumitzi mitoch ha'afecha Rav lach sheves b'yemekabacha V'hu yachamol alayichem la'lecha Dodi lekras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Hisnari me'afar kumi Livshi bigdei sefartei chalmi Al yad ben yishai beis halachmi Karva el nafshi giyahala lecha Dodi lekras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Hisahoreri Kiva horechu miyori Uri, shir daberi, Gevod Hashem, alayich nigla. Lecha dodi lekras kala, Pnei Shabbos nekabela, V'hayulim shisa, shahosayich, V'rachaku kameh v'halayich, Yosis alayich elokayich, Kim sozcha sanal kala lecha dodi lekras kala. Pnei Shabbos nekabela yamin usmal tehefrotzi v'yez Hashem daritzi Al yad ben yishai beis halachmi Karva el nafshi giyala lecha Dodi lekras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Bawi b'shalom Atares ba'ala Gamberina ovitzahala Tochemune yam segula Ba'awi kala Bo'i kala lecha dodi lekras kala. Oneg Shabbat nekabela. Passover is coming up in just a little under 2 weeks from today. Let's have another Passover message as well. We know Passover, one of the highlights is the stealing of the afikomen, where the children, they gather, they take the piece of matzah from the parent and they hide it, and they give it back when the parent promises to give them a reward, a present. And the question is, why all the shenanigans running around and charades, stealing and presents? And the answer is really twofold. One, we have to ensure the children are involved. Children in the Seder night is so important for the future of the generations, future of the Jewish people. So children have to be up. It's a late night. This gets them engaged. But more importantly, there is a certain characteristic about stubbornness. Now, stubbornness is not a good characteristic to have, but sometimes it's good. When you're stubborn about doing something for the right reason, then that stubbornness is important. If you tell the child takes a afikomen, the matzah from the parent says, give it back. And the child says, no, you need to give something for me. That's our relationship that we have with the people around us. Sometimes we demand of others, but also we have to demand of ourselves. We have to be better. We have to do what's right on our own. And there's a certain stubbornness we need to teach upon ourselves, not just for other people, but when we ourselves realize there's so much potential that we have, so much greatness we have, as long as we push ourselves through. We're now finished with the singing of Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'es Nasa B'Chevso Kol Azai Mehelech Shemo Nikra V'Yacharei Kechlos HaKol Levahado Yimloch Nora V'Haya V'Hoveh Lo yeh b'sefara v'hu echad v'yein sheni hamshilo lehachvira v'li reishes v'li sachlis v'lo ha'od v'hamizra v'hu keli v'chai go'ali v'tzorchev li b'yeis nasa v'hu nisi umanosli minas kosi b'yom ekra b'yahado avkid ruchi v'yeis ishan v'yahira v'yem ruchi gev'yasi ado shem li v'lo v'ira. And have a happy and healthy week, a great weekend, a great Shabbat. We'll see everybody next week.